Yo, 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 once again, we are back. This is We're Just the Messengers podcast. Of course, I'm Mo.
I'm Mike.
And we are back for another week. Another week of some more drama. Another week of some more bullshit. And it's officially summer on paper. Drew, we got Drew in the building from Coffee and Duchess. How you feeling, brother?
Feeling good as always,
How
man.
was y'all's week? How was y'all's week?
Lovely, man.
Great
Lovely.
week, man. Great week.
It was a great week. The weather been kind of in and out. We had them thunderstorm warnings and all that, but that's typical Charleston summer shit. So
back to a decent type of temperature per day.
Oh yeah,
None of this hundreds, 103 shit going on like it was end of May. So I'm feeling good about that. It's supposed to be a little 85, 84 today. See, I'm feeling real good about that.
All right, so let's get into this shit, man. The boy Lavar, why ain't call him a boy? The man Lavar Ball has been banned from ESPN over some bullshit. Let's get into this shit, man, because, I'm tired of seeing my brothers go through these false accusations, these false, these false claims against them. And if you watch the clip where the man clearly says, when he said you can switch gears anytime, the man wasn't on no perverted type shit at all.
No, I just thought that was Lavar being Lavar. He always say that shit.
Exactly.
You know
he said that several times.
what made that shit awkward was Stephen A. reaction and Molly reaction.
And Max, he was with the whole side-eye goofy shit.
Yeah, that's what made that shit awkward. And even if you listen to the clip again, he was just like, switch topic.
Exactly. So I don't get why.
Especially when he said it before on the exact same show with the exact same people. The exact same words.
I think it was a ploy that they've been wanting to get him off.
I think that's what it was too.
And they using that as a scapegoat. But
and she joked about that shit at the end of the show, right?
Oh, she did.
Yeah, because Stephen A. was like, I think Dame was on the show. They said something about HR, and Molly was like, if anyone's going to HR today, it's gonna be me. All right, y'all. See y'all next week.
For what?
That's what she was talking about. That was the same show.
Yeah, that was planned.
This shit was crazy, man. ESPN and her owe that man an apology, bro. Especially after the fact that shit happened before. The exact same words were said and nothing was said before neither. Like, it needs to be addressed.
I'm LeBron. I don't even want an apology. I'm just gonna go on FS1 from now on.
They'll have him on FS1. Matter of fact, it would be more crazy. They was like, throw him a little something.
Give him a podcast. Give him a show. You don't even need a whole show. I'd watch a 15-minute LeVar Ball show every day.
I would too. A little 30-minute, a little 30-minute shit.
I'd watch.
Did you watch the Ball family shit on Facebook?
Mm-hmm. I watched.
It was pretty good.
It was pretty cool.
I didn't get to see all of it because I had got off. Got off Facebook.
Facebook got something going with the original content. If they do some more shit like that. Like I was talking to my homeboy Marcus. Like, Lil Boosie should get a Facebook show, bro.
I think Tom Brady got one, too.
Yeah, he do. I ain't seen it yet, though, but he do got, it's like a
Facebook.
Yeah.
That shit called Facebook Watch or something?
I think so. It's called Facebook Watch. But, yeah, they can... Facebook, just because of the culture on Facebook is completely different from any other social media outlet. Like, certain people need a Facebook, original show. Like, I think that shit would... It can take off from them if they do the right thing with it. But yeah, man, ESPN on that fuck shit, man. Like, y'all owe that man an apology.
They was talking about something. He made it sexual. I'm like, nah, he didn't.
Nah, he didn't at all.
Like, her reaction was what made it awkward. It's like
it was Steven and Max that made that shit weird like that. Like nobody.
Yeah, nobody really talking about them. Then the next day, like she always be making like them sexual nuances shit like that. So like she was like, well, we can fantasize real quick. And Max had said something slick. And she was like, oh, like, da-da-da-da. And Stephen A. was like, hey, don't include me in that. I ain't got nothing to do with that. That's y'all. And this, that, and the third. But nobody said nothing about that shit.
But that was the very next day.
That was the very next day. That was a Friday show.
See the bullshit.
That Lavar show was like Wednesday, Thursday.
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of confused why they kept saying, like, what?
No, the same way they blow it up is the same way they need to be reacting to, like, how everything looking funny in the light now.
Yeah, I think it was wild because I didn't even know she was married to Jalen Rose.
Yeah, they got married like in March.
Yeah. And they was like, what was Jalen's reaction to this? Like, trying to get this man into it. Like, nah, leave this nigga out of that shit, dog. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to make this more than what it really was. Already, ESPN already added more to it, I think. It was on some goofy shit,
social
man.
media reaction.
Yeah.
So once social media get a wind of something, then they feel like they got to respond. And then I saw her little TMZ video, and she was like, ESPN had my back, and da-da-da, this and the third. Like, nah, you tripping. Like,
nah, I don't like shit like that because, you know, not to get too woke in here, but, you know, we used to die back in the day over, like, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that false, like, sexual shit. Like, I don't really fuck with shit like that. So, nah, you don't need to be bragging about how ESPN has your back because that was some bullshit. Like, that whole thing was some bullshit, man. Like, I just can't get with that. And I hope Jalen checked it behind closed doors.
you seen his response video?
Nah, what Jalen? Oh, you talking about Lavar?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw.
I gotta play that shit, man. That
Never
shit
lost.
hilarious.
Please play that shit, bro.
So for those who didn't hear Lavar response, I'm about to play it right now.
This past week, reportedly on ESPN, you were banned from all their platforms.
I'm gonna be banned. I don't work for them. See, I gotta be banned from ESPN. I got my own show.
Was your comment? What was your comment? I mean, when they could switch gears at any time. I mean, we didn't see it.
I don't even have to respond to that on the fact that I meant no sexual intent or nothing on the fact that switch gears means change topics to me.
Right.
Her mind in the gutter if she thinking something else. Only time I hit on her if she breaking in my house and I was mistaken for the boogeyman.
Hey, I like it.
Never lost.
Never lost. But he
Nah,
right,
but
though.
that was real shit though. Like, I like how he took ownership of that. Like, you can't ban me because I don't work for y'all. So it's like, you know, he's already been on multiple sports networks. So like, y'all banning this man has nothing to do with him moving around within sports media.
If
So-
anything, the reason why they used to get him up there was to just help maintain their ratings
Exactly.
and get their ratings up.
Like, exactly. Like, y'all use that man to get y'all through a week. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like it's hurting him.
How many times y'all gonna call him up there to talk about the same shit? You see what I'm saying?
All y'all do is talk about whether y'all think Melo gonna be good in the league. You know what I'm saying? So y'all only ask,
Lonzo come back.
That's all y'all.
getting traded.
Y'all don't even ask about LaGello no more. Y'all just ask about
They said LaGello, Liangelo.
LaGello.
Sound like a new Jello about to come out.
My bad, bro. I
no,
need to
you
respect
know,
your name.
no,
bro.
but they do call him Jello for short though.
Yeah.
But the LaGello was
That's
funny.
what, I think I was like, no, don't they call him Jello?
Yeah.
But no, but seriously, like, they don't. It's not like it's gonna hurt him. Like, he's still gonna, move within sports media how you want to move. If anything, he's just gonna be on certain networks more now. Like you said, like, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets thrown like an opportunity now to be like a correspondent, and then it grow from there. You never know where it can go now, cause they want to be on some stupid shit. So you never know.
I'm interested to see how that shit play out throughout the week. They probably ain't gonna fold though. They probably ain't gonna give in, but they can at least get that man. I feel like they do owe that man an apology. It would be like I would need to see ESPN do that.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
Just cause, oh yeah, you know that. You know that's not gonna happen.
I don't think that's gonna happen, man. But during draft night, your boy Dame Lil and Marvin Bagley decided to exchange some diss tracks. How you feel about this? Like, is this like some new energy that we should expect going forward in the league? Like, a lot of niggas in the league think they can rap.
I ain't mad at it. I enjoy it.
I fuck with it because
I didn't think before when I heard Marvin say it on First Take. It was funny because I heard Marvin say it on First Take that Friday. Because Max had kind of like put the battery in his back. Because he was like, oh, you think you the best rapper in the league? He was like, I know I'm the best rapper in the league. Like, I'm better than all of them. He was like, Dame? He's like, nah, like, I'm better than him. So that's why Dame had started out the track like, this boy that said my name and all kind of. And when Dame dropped that shit now, I was like, oh shit, Marvin gonna have to come with something.
But when you sent me the shit, I was like, Marvin Bagley? Like, I said the same shit. I was like, Marvin? Like,
Because I never heard Marvin rap.
Me neither.
But when I heard them 2 tracks he dropped, I was like, oh, dog. Like,
That man
dog
said,
got busy.
That man said, y'all sent me the shoes, but Adidas is whack. Now I went to Puma and my pocket's fat.
Marvin got busy on them 2 tracks
Marvin
now,
did get
and the
busy.
beat was crazy.
Yeah, the beats was hard too. I was like, damn, like, we came a long.
He was flowing on that shit.
Yeah, he was. I'm just thankful we came a long way from Kobe rapping.
Oh my God. Throwback Clips just posted that shit, that verse he did on Brian McKnight's
They
song.
always post this clip, bruh.
Let that shit go, fam. We
Let
don't
that
want to
shit-
see that
we do
shit.
not
That
wanna-
wasn't a monumental type
Yeah,
verse.
it wasn't like
We
niggas
tripping
was-
off that shit.
Niggas clowned that back then, so I don't know where this like.
Kobe dropped the album, didn't he?
If I'm not mistaken, he either dropped an album, he was just featured on a lot of people's songs.
I think Kobe dropped the album like 99, 2000, fam.
I know for sure.
And he got on the remix to Destiny's Child, Say
Right,
My
yeah, he
Name.
did. I know for sure that Shaq and Allen Iverson dropped albums though.
AI couldn't rap neither.
AI was better than Kobe. I listened to AI before I listened to Kobe.
Shaq was the best.
Yeah, Shaq was the best, of
Yeah,
course.
Shaq shit was dope. But I think around that time, you really started getting that crossover between rap and hip hop because that shit wasn't going on in the 80s. So,
Nah,
but when the
hell no.
90s hit, you had rappers wanted to be athletes and athletes wanted to be rappers.
Them 80s ballers was different, man. You gotta think them boys, them was like, you know, roughneck like niggas, man. They wasn't rapping, man. Like
No, yeah, you
in the
right.
90s, it was like, you know, the league started to get a little bit younger. You had Shaq come in. Shaq was still, you know, a kid at heart, but he wanted to, you know, do different shit. So, you know, it was only naturally him getting the booth. And he got some with Biggie, so it's like, you know.
So who you think? You think Dane was getting on Instagram Live like 2 times this weekend?
I don't want to hear that. I need to see you like drop something now, cause that man dropped 2 tracks. We still on 1. We gonna listen. We gonna do the same shit with anybody else in the rap
no, it's the
game.
same thing.
We gonna hold it to the. If y'all want to be rap niggas, we gonna hold y'all to rap nigga standards. So
Marvin got that shit right.
Marvin got that shit right now, man. So that shit took me by surprise.
The thing is, he came back quick too.
real quick. Like he
Yeah.
was like, you know.
I don't think people expected him to respond to Dame track.
They thought that,
Or
that
that
shit was
quick.
gonna wash him out.
Yeah, they thought it was
Yeah.
gonna wash him out.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, Marvin.
Marvin said, nigga, I play for the Kings. I ain't got nothing but time. I got nothing but time, nigga.
Low key, the boy about to be nice next year too.
Carly Stein would demand a trade, though. I just read that.
Oh, for real?
He said he ain't want to be in there no more. The man demanding the trade.
I don't know why him and Bagley would be nice in that front court.
That man said he want to explore his options. I just read that shit yesterday.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Who else be rapping in the league? I know Amon Shumpert be rapping in the league.
Iman Shumpert rap. I saw niggas post that mixtape song he did like a few days ago. I was like, man.
1 season.
Yeah, 1 fucking season, and you know,
Niggas still under this notion that the league is better when the Knicks are good. Like, dog, the league is not made or break with the Knicks being good or bad, fam. Like,
It's
they
a
haven't
different-
been to an Eastern Conference Final in 19 years. Like, the NBA has done very well without them being good.
I think that little run from that 2011 to 2013 run that spoiled Knicks fans and like nostalgists. That spoiled them, so they've been yearning for something.
Them 2
like,
playoff appearances, the first year they got swept by the Heat.
right?
Then the second year they beat y'all, they was feeling themselves.
Yeah, they was feel.
That was 2012-13.
Like you said, that was that.
They went to the second round versus the
Yeah.
Pacers, lost at 7. And then after that, it was supposed to be takeoff from there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, now we going to the ECF this time. And nah. It's not like that. Even with them getting RJ Barrett, I don't think it's going to be like, they still going to have to get some pieces in there. And with free agency starting, they might be dead in the waters, man. Like, it already seemed like a lot of people is already locked up.
They basically like in another situation where they just gotta hope these draft picks pan out. It's not like I don't see any top tier free agents going to New York like willingly. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
It looking like KD might stay because that was supposed to be the big joker in the free agency.
yeah, I don't see KD going to any other team. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the
I mean,
Warriors
we'll
owe him
see.
a max.
Anything can happen, bro. Anything can happen. So I don't know. But I know one thing though. Dame need to get in that studio.
We needed
Give
something
us a
yesterday.
response. Yeah. You on Instagram Live. You at practice. Like, come up with your bars at practice. Do something. I don't know.
Dame low key flustered, man.
You think so?
Hey man, I think Dame hopped in that water not thinking Marvin was gonna be like
That's
that.
what I thought. I don't think he even heard that man rap. To be honest with you. I thought that
I
man was
ain't
just
heard the
talking.
nigga rap till you.
I ain't never heard him
So you
rap.
sent me the track, so I was like, oh, this nigga kind of nice.
Dog got real busy in the booth.
Quick.
How you feel about draft night?
Draft night was cool. I mean, I don't think we really did anything what I think we should have done. But
Y'all got rid of Aaron Baines.
we got rid of Aaron Baines. You know.
Now y'all really in shambles.
I don't think we really in shambles. Aaron Baines ain't really the make or break of us being shambles. Yeah, we
y'all
lost.
right.
We lost a person that got finals experience. In Aaron Baines, he's a veteran. If we
Niggas
wanna
fighting
call
for
him
Marcus Smart now.
That's new to me.
Hell yeah, it sound like y'all fighting to keep Marcus Smart. So I'm just like, what's going on?
Hey man, I don't know, man. I guess I gotta wait till the 30th to see how this shit really.
You might as well just build around Tatum and Jalen, man.
I'm cool with that.
Oh, that's about to be Gordon's team now.
Nah.
Okay.
Nah. Nah, it's not Gordon's team, bro. Nah.
Hey.
I can't give that team.
Brad
to Gordon.
Stevens,
Brad
college coach,
Brad fuck us up, man.
bunch of money.
I'm gonna say this.
Roll
man.
about to get bigger. No more Kyrie.
Brad fuck us up because I feel like he tried to appease the Gordon instead of making him earn his keep when he got back. So that rush to insert him into the rotation, that further killed Tatum and Jalen's progression. In fact, when it was time for Tatum to get the ball in the playoffs, he was lost because the whole season this man been sharing minutes with somebody who really needed to to come off the bench, you know. So it's like, you know, I just don't know, man. I don't know what's gonna happen with us. That's all I'm gonna say. I like to say that.
It'd be some shit if Kyrie come back. That'd be the most shocking thing in free agency.
I don't. Let's get into Kyrie, man, because Kyrie calls this podcast. Was it the podcast or?
Dog, listen, that shit was hilarious.
Did he call? Was it a podcast or like a radio show?
It was like a podcast.
But they do call-ins.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Kyrie calls, and you can if you've heard Kyrie Irving speak, you know Kyrie's voice. It's not like he can do anything to mask his voice.
Mm-hmm.
So like he calls in, and he's basically saying how the fans didn't accept him, and it was supposed to be a different situation, being that Kyrie is a player of his stature, and blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, my nigga, you gotta be that person when it's time to be that person.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
If y'all didn't hear, I'm about to play the clip. I'm gonna play this clip
Please
right
play
here.
this shit, cause Kyrie's inserted himself into the weirdo boat.
So I was just calling in saying that with such a rare talent like Kyrie, it's such a shame that the fans didn't welcome him in more. Talents like those are so rare; they don't come by fast, and I think it serves us right that now he's gone and look at what we're left with.
Oh my God. Wow. No, that's him. It's the inflection.
No,
a
that
talent-
sound like, I know sometimes people sound the same, but nah, dog.
That's Kyrie Irving.
That's
bro.
Kyrie Irving, fam. I'm like, what? Put him in that.
That's next level creep. That's over KD.
I was about to say.
That's over KD.
That's over KD. This is worse than a burner account. You're impersonating. You're yourself, but you're impersonating someone else, and you're
As
calling
yourself.
to speak on yourself in third person.
Yeah.
That's some shit Drake would do.
Bro,
You right,
this
I
man
believe it.
says even when he says his name, like Kyrie, like nigga, you're talking about yourself, nigga. Like, bro,
These niggas is sensitive, man.
Niggas are weirdos.
bro, for you to
They
say that the
sensitive and
fans
weirdos.
didn't welcome you when you got on in front of in the middle of the court before season started, and you asked us as fans if we would accept you back, there was nothing but love when you said that statement. Throughout the season, niggas have given you more than enough passes for your shortcomings, and you claiming to be the leader of the team. You wanting to be the alpha of the team. Am I correct in saying all of this?
Oh, you right.
So for you to do this catfish call, that let me know that, Mike, you're right. Like, a lot of these ball players are sensitive, bro.
Yeah, and they weirdos, man. They like
Like,
real
that's
life weirdos.
weird shit, bro. Like, why would you do that?
Because they know they flaw. That's what it is.
That
like,
second,
they know they flaw.
like that second round outing against the Bucks, like that really eating at you, knowing that you was missing 20 shots a fucking games, and instead of passing the fucking ball, you decided to keep chucking it up. You missed 20 shots a game for 4 games straight. Never adjusted your game.
7 to 22.
That's the only
6
time
to
that I've
21.
seen. That's the only time that I've seen diehard Celtics fans get at Kyrie.
I mean, rightfully so, though. I mean, what else is there to talk about?
There's nothing else to talk about. We know the talent that you are. That's why we want you to come back. That's why when we got you, we were excited. It's not like
take him over the top.
Niggas never shitted on Kyrie as for the talent that
It
he
is funny now because y'all got further without him.
And that's a clear, and we have the proof now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not like niggas was trying to shit on him at all. Like he need to quit that narrative. That was never the case.
If he can't survive Boston, I
You
mean,
don't-
what
he's
he gonna
not-
do
he-
in Brooklyn?
That's what I'm saying. He's
in
not
New York
cut.
media.
That's what I'm saying. You're not cut for any other big stage, my nigga. And we put you around pieces that you're supposed to flourish with. So you wanna go to Brooklyn where y'all might have potential pieces, but for the exception of Gordon Hayward coming off that injury, you had surefire pieces, my nigga. So you were supposed to figure that out as you being the self-proclaimed leader.
So they saying Nets is gonna have some pushback because they ain't getting no commitment for KD to come. So they might not be interested in signing.
I mean,
They're
dude,
signing them.
even with that being said, they've already went out and basically said, this is why I don't like teams jumping the gun, because they kind of already said we'll move on from D'Lo with the quickness. So it's like, is that relationship mendable now? Meaning that he knows that y'all quick to move on from him.
I'll bring D'Lo back.
I'd bring D'Lo back, but I'm saying is like the you know what I'm trying to say? Is the relationship, is that like damaged?
I don't know. I didn't hear nothing about them having a bad relationship, but I know with that Kyrie Irving shit, like they basically need him to do something for them in order for them to sign him to a max deal, and that's something is, can you get a commitment from KD to come too?
That's not happening. I'm pretty sure the Warriors have already said, yo, we're gonna give you the bank. You know what I'm saying? You laid it out for us. That's just what you're owed. We'll give you that.
Yeah, but we'll see what happens next week with that shit, man. That's all I know. It's going down next week because free agency start on the 30th.
You think any teams got better with this past draft that just took place?
The Pelicans sure enough got better.
The Hawks.
The Hawks got better.
Them boy got Hunter and Reddish.
Mm-hmm.
That's
so
crazy.
Them two teams is going to be pretty good. I mean, you got to wait to see how the free agency playoff now. But if we're going off just draft picks, the Pelicans and the Hawks won the draft, without a doubt.
Did Bulls get a steal and Kobe?
Like
That's
Kobe
Mike
White,
Mans
man.
now. That's Mike Mans. So
I like the pick. I thought I was getting happy. I thought Darius was about to fall, but the Cavs picked him up, which is
Cavs
shocking because they got
Sexton
Sexton, so
already.
one of them going to the 2.
them
But
niggas is bamming
I like
the
the pickup. The only thing I don't like about Kobe is he could get a little reckless with his handling. Outside of that, he could score the ball. He could shoot deep. But I like the pickup. We needed a point guard. Hopefully, we can get Patrick Beverly in there for veteran presence. I would like to see that.
Yeah, I think he has the potential to be a Derrick Rose for the Bulls.
Nah,
No, you don't think so?
no
He's
way.
quick. He's quick and
not as quick as Derrick Rose.
You don't think he's quicker than Derrick
No.
Rose?
Not
We
even
gonna
close.
see,
You talking
man.
about Kobe?
Yeah.
I know Kobe wasn't.
Hell
even,
no.
Kobe wasn't even like on Derek level in college.
Derrick was a gazelle on the fucking court.
Nigga, of anybody else in the league, who's going to be closer to as a speed as Derrick Rose?
Nobody. It's probably Russell Westbrook.
Westbrook, speed wise, yeah.
I'm talking about coming in this
Coming
this
into the
drive.
league, right.
Yeah.
You think Kobe is that fast, fam?
He gets down Buddy gets busy.
Bro,
on the
I
court,
seen a
bro.
playoff game against y'all. Derrick Rose dribbled the ball twice and dunked that bitch
Was that
off an outlet.
Derrick? Man, we're talking present, man. We talking present.
Yeah,
I know,
but I'm
I'm
just-
saying like
If we talk about peak Rose, that's the
Yeah.
Rose I had to talk about.
I'm not saying he's going to be a peak Rose. I'm saying as far as his quickness and his ability
no.
He can show flashes.
he
of-
can show flashes of
I
getting
don't
down
see
the
it.
court quick. We're gonna see though.
I
But
don't-
I think like you said, the Pelicans did a good job. Of
Pelicans
course, getting
did a
my
good
boy
job.
Zion. I thought
They got that center from Texas too.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think they're but Buddy looked like he was kind of soft though. I didn't look. I mean, from his highlights, it looked like he was like. It was only on some easy shit that he was able
We
to
gotta get that
score.
center from Arkansas too.
Man, we traded Bobo, man. I was upset about that.
Yeah, I
man.
seen y'all had got Bobo. So where he end up going?
He went to Nuggets.
Yeah, he in the Nuggets now.
Oh, okay. Oh shit, they got him and Michael Porter.
I'm surprised he dropped that low though.
I thought he was going to go like
Shit,
top
I thought
15,
him and
top
Taco
2.
was going.
We signed fucking Taco to some
10-day
yeah,
contract.
like some weird contract.
Then summer, but y'all got him on the summer league team. So
Yeah.
basically, he got to prove himself in order to make it onto y'all roster, which it doesn't make sense because y'all got rid of the ginger. So I don't know, man. That's crazy to me.
I know, man. I guess that I don't know, man. I don't know what it is, but we did draft Romeo Langford from Indiana. We got Grant
guard.
Williams from Tennessee. We got Tremont Waters from LSU. We did a lot of guards, man. I don't get this.
Trying to fill that void, huh?
Y'all know he's gone. Kyrie's gone. Kyrie's
That's what
calling.
that sound like.
Kyrie's calling, talking in third person.
Like,
He's out of
are we
there.
about to run a point guard gauntlet run this motherfucker? Like what? Like,
But why niggas so worried about fans and being accepted by the fans? Like,
But they
when
talk
you-
all that shit. The
they
ones who talk all
yeah.
that shit about the fans care about the attention.
They care
Like I remember when
about the
Kyrie
shit.
talking about, oh, I ain't gonna miss this shit, nigga. You gonna miss it.
mm-hmm.
You gonna miss that attention because you talking about it too much.
But also,
The niggas who always be trying to act like the bad guy and be mad, aggressive, and defensive with that shit. They the one who like the attention the most.
But my nigga, like all you had to do is do your job. Like it's not like all this other shit. That's why I can't give him no passes because throughout the season when he had his ups and downs until he would show his flashes of being who he is, no one ever like threw dirt on this man. Like no one, we go off everything. And whenever anybody had pushback for Kyrie is based off what he said, and all that he's been saying is that he wants to be a better leader. He wants to do this whole alpha leader type shit. So niggas gonna hold you to that standard when you put yourself in those boots.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only pushback Kyrie ever got from the fan base. I just don't understand like this whole like angle he trying to do with this whole like making himself a victim shit. Cause that's never what it was. Niggas wanted Kyrie in Boston. You know what I'm saying? So it's like.
but see, the thing about if Boston love you, they gonna love you. When they don't fuck with you, they gonna let it be known they
Yeah.
don't fuck
Right,
with you.
and
They love match they dislike.
Yeah.
That's what I can say.
I just
And
don't-
Boston don't even like niggas in general. So
Hey guys.
this is facts though. This is facts. But even I can imagine what kind of like, you know, bad input he gets from fans. Probably they call him a nigger daily. You know what I'm saying? Like those Boston really don't like.
When them boy lost 4 straight, the Bucks, he definitely got called all types of ends with the ER.
Shit, I called him that. God damn it. Shit. Let me quit. I don't say nigger as a joke. I think that's corny. But I definitely had words with Kyrie's. I'm like, bro, like you do 4 straight games of this bullshit.
It was
Like,
a horrible play.
4 straight games.
Up
Horrible.
2-0 on the road.
Up 2-0 on the road. We stole a fucking.
Oh, no, it was split 1-1.
We split it, but we won game 3, and then we lost.
No, y'all lost 4 straight.
Yeah, we did lose 4 straight.
They lost at 5. That's crazy.
He looked like he cared more about
Yeah,
how
because game 5, y'all lost. That was when y'all lost
Yeah.
at home, the last game.
They
That was
cut our
crazy.
ass.
I thought it was at least going to go back to 6 or 7.
he cared more about how his jumper looked than fucking making the shots. Like all these sideways fadeaways and stuff when you're not being even guarded, bro. Like I don't get why people fade away when you're not being guarded, but to each his own.
Nah, you right.
You
You
know?
right. Now I'm going back and looking at that shit. No, you right. It's definitely like technique shots that he was taking that shouldn't, just take regular
Regular
fucking shots.
shots.
Like pass the ball if it's the first quarter and you 0 for 5. Pass the fucking ball.
Hey, man, he in his NBA Street Volume 2 bag, man.
You're not bona fide, my nigga. Like, just pass the ball, bro.
Biggie
Like,
Littles.
yeah.
Biggie Littles was that nigga, man.
He was that nigga on that game. Hey, yo, those were real people, wasn't they?
I don't think so. I think the only person that was real was Barbito on Volume 2. Well, he is a real person.
I thought they was like they had got like certain people from certain cities. I don't know. You could be right. I could have sworn they had like made those characters like out of real people.
I think them boy been like fictitious characters.
Yeah, I know Barbito was probably Barbito was the only real one.
He's a real person. Shout out to Barbito, man, for his show that he had on ESPN. Was it is it the kicks? Is it the shoes? Is it the kicks?
Damn, how long was that show out?
Man, that been like 05, 06, my nigga.
Cause he had Fat Joe on it.
Yeah,
That's what that show was.
Yeah.
That's who show that was.
Yeah,
I was
Fat
trying to
Joe.
remember who show that was. Fat Joe's on.
Yeah, Mello. Yeah, everybody on that shit.
Yes, he was the one who was like.
Yeah,
He the
there
one
was a
who
show
really
on
crossed
ESPN
over.
about this shit.
Yeah, he the one who crossed over that shit with the league and the culture and all that shit. Bobito's shoe game is crazy too.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Bobito, man. But moving on, man. You know, Rick Ross teases us that the album of Port of Miami 2 is coming soon.
Yo, artists gotta stop doing that corny shit, man.
And he drops a single on Friday. How y'all feel about the single? Drew, you ain't peeped the single?
Nah.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. When I saw that the album didn't come out, I didn't even listen to the single, so I can't show any bias here. I was looking for Port of Miami too. Did you listen to the song?
Yeah, I listened to the song.
How you feel about it? Was
It's
it
average.
average song?
Average song.
This
I don't
is-
feel like
this
it. I feel like if he was gonna release a song from Puerto, this is like, I don't say you gotta release your best song, but the song that's not gonna be on the radio, but like is a
It's still
kind of like Rich All Cocaine on Deeper Than Rap. It
Right,
wasn't a
right.
hit song, but that's a fire ass song
Yeah.
off that album. Something like that. Like, don't give me that. But it's like, it sounded like 600 Bins. You see what I'm saying? Like the beat.
Oh, yeah, that
It
same
sounded like
type
a
of
rip
beat,
off. Yeah, it sounded like that same type of beat, and it's
that
like,
MMG
bruh, like,
sound.
yeah, that like and I'm not saying nothing wrong with that, but it's like it was average. I feel like Wale had the
I'm gonna
better
keep
of
it
the
a
verse on
buck.
that
If we
shit.
talking Port of Miami, I ain't looking for that song.
That's what I'm saying. Like if it's Port of Miami, I'm not looking for that. I'm not looking for that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You could have kept that on Hill Billionaire.
Yeah. Honestly. So I'm gonna say this, man. This is the second time that he's done this. When he did, I think that was in January or February when he was teasing for Port of Miami too, and he dropped that green Gucci suit song. I remember me.
I don't even remember that shit.
That's what I'm saying. That shit didn't stick. You don't hear about it no more. I think it's gonna be the same thing with this song.
Like this is new to me hearing this. I don't even remember that shit.
Well, that green Gucci suit.
Uh-uh.
Yeah, he dropped that. That was probably around Super Bowl time. He dropped that song. I remember that because me and Reggie was talking about that shit. And I was like, nah, this shit ain't it, and it ain't stick. And we ain't heard about that song ever again. I think it was a video for it and all. Like he tried to like So I don't know like what his game plan is as far as like what he's dropping for Port of Miami 2, but expectation wise, I'm looking for something better than these two teaser songs, and I haven't even heard this new song.
And just
because that green Gucci suit shit didn't stick at all.
Just stick true to the theme. Like the last album was great. Was it Rather You Than Me?
Rather You and Me. That was like 2015, 2016, if I'm not mistaken.
What was the name of Ross's last album, man? I'm tripping.
Last album was Black Dollar, right?
No, Mo. The song that had Idols Become Rivals. That was 2017. Rather You Than Me. That was 2017. Yeah. Apple of My Eye, Trap. I Think She Like Me.
Yeah.
All that on there.
All right.
Maybach Music 5 with Dej.
All right.
Yeah, that was a good album. That was solid. Like, just stay true to the theme, man. Like, I ain't trying to hear that. He really tried to hype us up with that. But the thing I don't like that artists do, dog, is like when how hard was it for you to say new single dropping at 12 a.m. Port of Miami coming soon? Like, you teased us. You see what I'm saying? Niggas was up waiting for the album to drop at 12 a.m. You give us that single, man. That shit whack, man. I think artists, they thrive off that though.
I think this is another marketing ploy, but that ain't. I'm not cool with that marketing ploy.
I hate that shit, bro. Just say when the shit
Just
coming
say
out.
just say when the fucking album drop, man. Quit doing all those.
That extra shit, man.
I think we gonna have Port of Miami 2 for the weekend.
He too busy worried about them braids.
Let's talk about it.
I don't know who
Rick
baby
Ross
mama.
let me the fuck down twice this weekend. When he got them fucking yaki braids. Why did he do that, man? See, niggas look at D
be
Wade.
trying to
Niggas looked at D Wade and was like, "Oh yeah, I can do that." You know what I'm saying? And Rick Ross is just looking crazy. Like what?
You know what's so crazy? The shit been going on before D-Wade, but I think because that he the athlete and he was on his way out.
got more influence.
Because a lot of NBA niggas like a few of them NBA niggas got that style, and I feel like once they catch wind of somebody like on a certain stature do it, they feel like they can do the shit too. Like, nah, bro, you can't. That shit ain't for you.
It's like Iverson with the shooting sleeve. Like,
everybody couldn't do the sleeve.
Niggas
fam.
was. I remember going to Drayton Hall. Niggas was cutting socks, cutting the bottom out of socks.
No, fam.
Niggas was cutting the bottom out of socks and putting the sock on their fucking arm.
That's
for,
some nasty
for
shit.
compression.
But do they not understand he has a naked lady on his arm? That's why he was wearing the sleeve. Like,
Yeah, he said it was for his elbow too.
oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay, yeah,
to-
I know.
for the blood flow. But yeah, they did. They
Yeah.
was tripping off one of his tattoos though. You
Yeah,
right.
they got the titties out or whatever. But yo, Rick Ross, I don't know if that's a little, they got the little lace fronts, little men lace fronts now.
Yo, Drew be saying that Wade got extensions in his shit because his hair ain't growing.
I wouldn't be surprised if Wade got that Remy in his head.
His hair ain't growing.
I wouldn't be surprised if Wade got that Remy in his head, bro.
I ain't lying, bro.
I don't know. Whoever caught Raw shit is a fucking beast because I don't know who the fuck caught that shit.
He probably had his daughter playing his hair. It was like, yeah,
those don't rub out braids. You can just rub.
No, this nigga, the reveal that he did for this shit,
Like it was some extravagant shit, bro. You don't get that shit out of here,
That shit
fam.
about 2 weeks old, bro.
Crying, dog. This nigga was like, I got a new look, and put his head down. I was like, man, what the fuck?
Nah, he can't.
Put out the album, man. Stop
Put
playing.
that outside bullshit. That shit ain't for you,
bullshit,
dog.
bro.
Just go ahead and keep the Caesar,
Niggas
fam.
talk about Ross Gunn. Or go back bald for Port Miami too. Like, stick to the fucking theme, man. You was bald in 05, 06. Let's go back to that.
Niggas want to keep their hair, fam.
Like, this shit's fucking me up. Rick Ross and Jada Kill's been bald their whole life, and then 3 years ago, they just want to.
Jada wasn't always bald.
Man, I knew that nigga was bald since Money, Power, Respect came out. And
Oh, he was. But you got to remember now, Ho was bald around that time too. So the bald was the look around that 96 to 99 time.
Everybody, all the New York niggas was bald. DMX
Yeah,
bald.
was doing
Yeah,
the
right.
bald. They was doing the baldy then.
But Jay got off that quick though. He got off the baldy quick.
Yeah, he did because he rocked the baldy for about 3 years.
Yeah, from
96 to about
From Reasonable
98.
Doubt to about
Yeah, 98, 99.
So he got off that wave quick. Jada was bald for almost 20 years.
Facts.
And then last year, you got a fucking Caesar fade?
Bro, that nigga lineup is trash.
He got the Jamie Foxx lineup.
Oh my God, dog.
Y'all know Jamie Foxx had like 4 lineups, like hairlines in his lifetime?
Them shits is terrible, bro. Niggas got the Zach from Power Rangers lineup, fam. Like, niggas gotta chill. Niggas gotta chill, fam.
Hey, shout out Lord Taylor for making that worst hairlines thread.
That was one of the greatest threads of all time, fam.
Shout out Lord Taylor, man. But no, listen, man. That shit, like, nah, man. The braid, that shit's not for everybody, bro. It's just not, man. It's just not like.
No, it's not.
Like Ross, like you're not a braid nigga, man. Like, come on, bro.
No, to be real with you, bro, like you honestly got to have like, first of all, Ross head shape. Don't even like you get
No,
what
exactly.
I'm saying?
He
Like
look-
you get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
remember, prime example, he ain't had braids. Remember when Karan Butler tried to do the hairpiece shit, looking fucking stupid?
Yeah, that was like 2 months ago.
Like nigga, keep your baldy. You know what I'm saying?
You was just at the announcer's table bald.
Yeah, and then like, Dame and Jones had point that shit out. Oh, fucking get up. Like, nigga, that shit ain't for you, dog. Like, certain niggas be trying to do certain shit that ain't for them.
Carlos Boozer had a blackout.
Oh, my God,
with
before the
stuff.
game when he was with
about
us.
that.
A baldy with a blackout, bro.
Boy, that was a day on Twitter, bruh. I remember looking, I was like, bro, why
Like
does
a
nigga hair so
Sharpie.
shiny?
Then this nigga face,
I opened the app and sure enough, niggas got the close up of his head.
that was 2013.
Yes.
I remember that. Looking fucking stupid. Nigga, you about to sweat. All that shit coming down.
That shit lasted the whole game, though.
Yo, Chris, I seen a nigga Friday, and then you know we was getting a whole bunch of rain and shit. This nigga come out the barbershop with a fresh blackout. Man's definitely sat in the barbershop for another 20 minutes.
Getting that.
Not about to have that rain wash that bitch out.
Have all that black shit.
Yes,
right
sir.
Bruh, when I've been to several barbers and I've seen them pull out that it's called hair fibers. I'll be like, no, keep that shit away from me, bruh. I do not need that shit, bruh. Like,
Yo, are we mad at niggas for getting the hair pieces in the barbershop and getting the Caesars, getting the waves?
yeah, nigga, because that's not you. That's not you. That only goes for women, bro. Women can do the hairpiece shit and all.
They be making that shit look so real, dog. Like the evolution has been
for real.
crazy, fam.
That shit would start
niggas
off like
getting fake beards.
as high as Mike's hair. They'll trim it all the way
Yeah,
down.
they trim it
That's
down, and you know,
crazy.
niggas doing they doing the same
Yeah,
thing
they
with,
do
with
do
the
that.
beards and shit too.
They
so-
glue the bitch down.
Yeah.
That shit crazy.
They say it lasts for about 2 to 3 weeks.
Why would you even want glue on your scalp for that long?
It's too hot in Charleston for that shit. That
I'm
shit gonna
looking
rise
at it from
up
a health
quick.
standpoint. Is
Right.
that healthy?
I doubt it. But these girls, you know, I mean,
They
I
don't know the
remember-
difference.
I remember girls pulling out their track from hair glue. And all you hear, is
I remember that. I remember that.
like, ma,
Edge is gone.
gone.
Edge is gone at a young age.
And they just hair just wild, and they go the rest of the day looking crazy, like hair glue still in your hair. I'm like, this has to be unhealthy. And I heard it when you're ripping this shit out your hair, also. Like this was before like people was putting the stalking wigs on and stuff and all that shit. Now,
Hair cap wig.
yeah, like mom was putting raw glue on her hair and pulling tracks out in class. Like, oh my god.
I think I need to revisit that Good Hair documentary from Chris Rock.
Right.
Watch that shit again. But yeah, man. Rick Ross, you out of fucking pocket, man. This dropped Port of Miami too.
That
He
nigga shit is gonna be out. He taking that shit out.
He took that shit out as soon as he scrolled Instagram and was like, oh shit, these niggas going ham on me.
He accidentally by rubbing his head, he rubbed them shit out, bro.
That nigga's tripping, bro. He
Man,
tripping.
somebody had to have carpal tunnel braiding them braids, man.
I don't know how
Like,
they caught that shit.
I don't know either, but them shit look like at least three. Like he probably played ball.
But you peep now, he ain't showed the back of his head.
Nah, he ain't got no.
Oh, he's not
time.
gonna do that.
Who was that? Who had like? What was that?
That was Shawn Wayans. on that.
Right, and he had like the little curls in the back. Like they had no hang time.
Like that
bruh.
shit had stopped right here.
right here in the back.
bro.
Yeah,
Like,
bro.
the back of his head on that Christmas episode.
Hang it up, bro. Hang it up.
But anyways, man, we moving forward, man. Benny the Butcher, Plugs That I've Met album has dropped. Did you listen to it, Mike?
Yeah,
You
pretty
fucking
good
with
theme, man. Yeah, he got busy. He got busy.
Hey,
on that
for a
shit.
man to talk about cocaine and crack as vividly as he do, I gotta say that he was really doing that. I don't give a fuck if he was a CO either. Like he did that shit.
Benny is a good rapper, man. Real good.
Nah,
rapper.
he is. He
And the sound matched his style. Like he did a good job producing wise on this shit too.
yeah, those beats were crafted for him. Like you can tell it wasn't like no.
It sounds just kind of just like his last one. As far as like his beats always compliment him. That's another thing too. That artists, they got to get on beats that really compliment him. Like even when I listen to Wale, like you know that track that he just released, the 09 for Lauren, when he's rapping on that shit, like that go-go type style. That shit worked for him. I can't think of another rapper rapping on a go-go type shit like Wale do.
Because that's his true sound. When you stray away from your true identity as an artist, you're gonna suffer. And what did we say when we heard that song? When he rapped like that, nobody
Yeah.
fucking with him.
He's the best rapper.
Nobody at all. Like when he in his bag, when he in his
And he can rap on anything.
He can rap, but when
he just got to take that energy and apply it on everything.
yeah, when he got that type of fire going, when he in that go bag, nobody fucking with him, bro. Like he's skating on that effortlessly.
Big time. We need more of that for Lauren.
Should have
That's all I
gave us
can
that
say
instead of the
about
Gifted.
that.
God damn it.
Niggas ain't never gonna let that shit down.
No, I'm not. So overall, what you get at Benny the Butcher album?
I give it about 7.5, 8.
I give it I'm about to say 8 out of 10, 7.5.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty good. I can see myself keeping that in rotation. Also, GoldLink. You listen to that GoldLink. How you fucking with that?
The Golden guy was pretty good too. I fuck with that shit heavy. Real good album. Real good album. I like his sound too.
I'm about halfway through. I can't really give a full synopsis on it until I'm done with it, but I like what I'm hearing so far. It's pretty cool. I think I'm gonna probably end up giving that about a 7.5, 8 out of 10 as well. I'm liking the vibe of that album.
That's what's up.
Gucci new album. What is it? Dreams of grand. How you say that word? Grandeur.
That's Drew Man's.
WAP, man. You ain't till 17 WAP.
No. I'm old Gucci, yeah.
what I'm saying. I know you used to fuck with Gucci back then.
Back in the day, but
I listened to the majority of the album. I didn't finish it. The production is cool. You know, he always gonna get blessed by the best beat makers in the South just off principle alone. But it's like I'm with Drew. Like I'm happy for Gucci doing this thing. He's on another path now, but I need Fat Trap Man Gucci, man. Like
1000%.
Those vibes are just different, man. Like, and I don't, I guess I can sound however I sound saying that, but that's just what I need from Walt, man. Like the lyrics just hit differently, man. Like, when he was really throwing women out of moving vehicles, when he really, caught that body in 06. It was just different. It's just different. It's just different, man. The congested Gucci, like that's what I need, man. Like
not this half a Gucci, damn fake teeth, like Gucci man today,
yeah, man. Like the swag just different, man. Like I'm happy for him. He doing
like
his
piano
thing.
keys, fam.
He doing his thing. Like I ain't taking none of
salute.
that from him. Salute to the brother for coming home and really turning up like that. But like the quality is just different for me. You know what I'm saying? Like much love to Gucci man, though. But this album, and what I was looking for. The beats was hard though. I'll say that.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna check it out. I'm still bumping that Tyler Cash though.
I listened to that.
Hard.
I listened to that shit the other day. It's pretty good. That shit flowed together. Each track flowed together real good.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
He got a good ear for beats. I give him that.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
See, Mike, you just gotta roll up, bruh. Then you just take a drive in the car. Then you understand. You know what I'm saying?
That's not happening. That's a no.
I meant to ask you, but I didn't put it on the list. I've been seeing mainly black people have been reacting to the Emmanuel 9 movie. I know y'all talked about it on Coffee and Duchess. Y'all did a good job covering that shit too.
Appreciate it.
But my whole thing, like people saying, I literally seen 3 people say, it's nothing but white people coming to see this movie. I'm like, bro, what do y'all expect white people to go see?
They need to see the shit anyway.
You see what I'm saying? Like on top of that, but of course they're gonna go see a movie like that. I get both sides of it. But like I'm pretty sure when we have movies that that highlight like our triumphs, like in our W's, it don't really be too many. Like when I went to go see Get Out, it was a bunch of white people in there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Even when I went to go see Jordan Peele's last movie, Us, it was a good bit of white people in there.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna go see shit that they feel like
it was going to spark their interest.
Yeah, spark their interest, especially when it's involving us in like turmoil and shit like that. Like they're gonna go see that shit. I don't know what people be expecting the audience to be. They ain't going to see Hidden Figures. They ain't going to see that shit. I can tell you that.
And they'll be the main ones in the movie there bawling, feeling so sorry, but get back home and still call a black person a nigger. Like that's what I hate because I know like the tragedy is going to hit you initially, but then you're going to go back about your life and not even care about every black folk that's affected in Charleston from this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So, I mean, because I have my own feelings about just like black trauma films in general in entertainment. You know what I'm saying? So, I always said, me personally, I just can't subscribe to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, not saying that I wouldn't watch it probably in the future, but it's like, I just feel like right now that's like the trend. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's been like that since the Fruitvale Station movie came out. Like, It's always been, movies like hinting at that almost once a year since that came out. It's just that now it's like with, when you got like Netflix and shit like that, they got like the movie with the kids trying to go back in time to stop the police brutality attack. So it's like, now it's like a trend.
What show is that?
It's a movie called on Netflix called man, what's that shit called?
I can't think of the
kids.
name.
You know what I'm talking about, right? The kids, they made the time machine and go back in time to stop the police shooting.
And the crazy thing about that is, mostly of all of their clothing is straight from Ghana. Like that was the beauty of that.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, like the dashikis that we have here at the studio and stuff. A lot of them had that on. A couple of the threads and those coming straight from Ghana. So I thought that was pretty dope because it was truly black through and through. Even the friend of his grandparents were from Ghana,
Right.
They had the flag above the garage or whatnot.
So, with that being said, like, I understand certain stories need to be told.
1000%.
When I say, like, I just can't get with it personally, I'm looking at it from, like, damn, like, are these stories being told, like, owned by us so we can profit from it? Or
Steph Curry did this one. I heard he like
the executive producers from this film, like, they gonna donate all their proceeds.
I think Steph Curry had his hand on this one.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, that's cool.
I'm pretty sure he did a good job. Like, me personally, I don't plan on seeing it. Like, y'all ever feel like if you experience like something, like if you experience it, like, cause this hit us.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you feel like you would want to go see something like that?
Not in a movie theater.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think that's a movie theater type thing.
Because I feel like me personally, I feel like if I experience something and I know like the timeline and everything, I feel like I don't need. Right. There's no need for me to go see a movie about it. I know exactly what I was doing that day. Like when I was watching TV and the shit said breaking, like the shit stopped, like breaking news. Yeah, like even with like the whole 9/11 thing, like all the movies that day, I'd never seen not one 9/11 movie. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's no need for me to see like no fictional backstory of like a firefighter or a police officer.
Mark Wahlberg running with a building falling behind.
You know what I'm saying? I don't need to see that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying what. So was this more like one of those type of movies, or was it like a doc?
I believe it's. I haven't seen it yet because it's.
Because if it's a movie, my assumption is like they highlighting each person, and that's what they was doing leading up to that day and all kind of shit like that.
I mean, I think it's more of like a reflection of what took place, and speaking with the survivors and the people closest to the victims in the situation. Now, don't quote me on that because I haven't seen it yet, but I will watch it on my own because, like I said, I personally, I know how people be in the movie theater, and I lost a good friend in this situation. Right. So if somebody's on some goofy shit, and I that's what movie theaters have.
That's a factor that they don't account for. Like, you know what I'm saying? This situation, it affects a lot of people here personally. Mm-hmm. It's not just on some third person type shit. Like,
it's not gonna hit somebody like it hit somebody.
A lot of people had like first-hand relationships with these people. So you could be in a theater and you just going to pay respects to the person that you knew personally, and you might end up catching a charge that night. Yeah. So it's like, shit like that not taken into context when they do these productions and solely have them in movie theaters. I feel like,
hard copies would have sold.
If it was on a streaming service, it would have did great. Like how they did the When They See Us thing. And this is not taking away from them telling the story. Like, I don't want it to look like that at all. I'm just speaking at it from me knowing where I'm from. You know what I'm saying, and how it could get here. You know what I'm saying?
1000%.
That's all. That's my point of view.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, me personally, I'll probably wait until it's time to start educating my daughter about this type of shit to watch it. I don't know if that's is that selfish in saying that as well, or
I mean if that's what I think if you feel like it's a time and the place for it, then I feel you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Which everybody is to each his own, because honestly, I don't think I'm personally ready to watch it either.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So I feel like by the time she start like coming into when I can start educating her into like the ills of the world and the positives, I can sit her down, we can watch it, we can build from it and have a healthy dialogue about it. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like me personally right now, I really and that's not taken away from it because I do feel like the story needs to be told.
Yeah, and if you don't know it, listeners, definitely educate yourself on it. But
Charleston 9 and Emmanuel 9 is two different situations.
So crazy because I googled Charleston 9 and they pull up the firefighters that died at the
right.
Super
store in 07.
They just had their memorial for them a few days ago too.
Yeah, and I remember that too. But that's what I'm saying. Like when I think of Charleston 9, I think about the one that the shooting. You see what I'm saying? I had forgot about that one, but I remember when that happened. I was working at the grocery store when that shit had happened.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. Also, the West been on fire, boy. After that, boy, Ever since then, actually.
That was 12 years ago.
Yeah, and that shit, that was another instance that it hit Charleston real hard. You know what I'm saying? But that was more towards. I mean, there was a ball player, a ball coach or whatever for Somerville who was
Coach Mulkey.
Yeah, he was a firefighter. So that hit like the black players in the black community of Somerville and stuff. But I didn't know nobody in that.
This one right here hit harder, especially it being a hate crime. You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
And just
the fact that you could just walk in a church and just kill black people because you don't like them is crazy to me. Like, yeah, dog. That set us back.
It set a chain reaction, man. But how do y'all feel Charleston how do y'all feel about the reaction that Charleston gave to this? Do y'all feel? I mean, because there was a lot of situations happening across the world, especially with riots in communities and whatnot.
Right.
But
we handled it well. I think they even had a chain of people.
Across the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Is
Yeah, like
that
a few days after that.
Did that solve anything as far as race relations here?
It's not a solve, but I mean, it wasn't like I think they expected us to riot, and we didn't. Cause you remember Anderson Cooper and all of them came from CNN.
Yeah,
All of them came down here.
Anderson when he came down here.
You know what I'm saying? Like I know a couple of people who had some interviews with him on there when it came here. I think as far as like a reaction standpoint, we handled it well. That's all I can really say about that. It was good to see the community come together. I can say that.
Has anything like really changed?
I mean, as far as I only can speak for it individually. I mean, didn't Dylan get the death penalty?
I believe he still has a court date to determine that. I know he's sentenced to life now. As far as the death penalty, I don't think. Yeah. I know that, but he has another court date coming up. Not sure the exact date on that, but I know that if anything, like Seth said on Coffee and Duchess, they need to let him out in general pop, man, and just however they give it up, bro. It's what he deserves. Like that's to take this guy. Now this is a terrorist. I know that, people like to
they don't know. The media don't like this.
They don't like to say this is a pure terrorist. And then for the police officer to stop to Burger King and get this man food.
They fed him.
You know what I'm saying?
That just sends a different message to people like him and us. So it's like basically like, you can kill us and police going they gonna feed you.
A brother lost his life for selling loose cigarettes in New York.
He got choked out like a dog.
Telling them he couldn't breathe.
Like, and you go get this nigga Burger King after he killed 9 people and took flight. He's in North Carolina. He didn't stay for it.
It definitely sends a message.
1,000%.
When I saw that show, I was like, yo, they fed this dude? Like, really?
Oh, pit stop right quick. Let's grab some McDonald's. You want
Patting
something?
him on the back and shit when they arrested him? Like, really? But if that was us, like
gun down.
Yeah, it would have been a gun down situation.
Guns drawn. Step out the vehicle.
This not just us talking on our ass. This is shit that we've seen. Like, I've seen kids get shot. Shout out. I mean, I'm not gonna say shout out. Rest in peace to Tamir Rice. Who got gunned down for having a toy gun out in public. You know what I'm saying? So I know for a fact if the roles were reversed, it would have been a gun down situation if that was a black man that did that. So it's like it's not like this shit. It's not rocket science, man. You know what I'm saying? And I personally don't feel like the bridge run was like a surface level shit for me. Like it didn't solve nothing because I remember like the very next week the KKK was riding through Charleston. Like they rode through Charleston and North Charleston. Mm-hmm. So it's like it's not like.
Matter of fact, it wasn't the same summer Walter Scott died. He got killed.
Mm-hmm. A lot of shit went down that year.
It was a horrible year.
Yeah, that was a horrible year.
I think Walter Scott. Yeah, I think that even happened before or after the shooting.
I think
it was after.
I think it was after. But either way, that was a bad year. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
because then you had that bad flooding. You had that bad summer 2015 was a wild one for Charleston.
So it's like, I can't really say that anything has gotten better. In fact, like even this is a couple years after that, we've had like several, sit down meetings with businesses around here about race relations and shit like that. So it's like, it's not really up to us to rectify race relations when you really think about it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not us perpetrating these crimes and these instances where we're the ones getting the short end of the stick on equality. You know what I'm saying? So I can't say that anything's gotten better here.
It hasn't at all. I think we still live in a time where people clutch their purse when they're walking past us. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like that ain't gonna change. But I also feel that people don't even take the time out to show respect to the church when they come to Charleston because they're miseducated on what really took place.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm saying. Like it's so many wrongs into this, but these are the facts of the world, and they're not being taught to nobody. They're not being talked about. Everything gets swept under the rug until it's the anniversary of something. Now we're talking about it again. But those same people who are truly, going through mental states, it's not being talked about. It's not being checked up on. You know what I mean? Like nobody knows what mothers and fathers and children are going through, except the boy from Somerville, whose mother also was killed. The
baseball player.
Yeah, they stay up with him, but other than that, they're not checking for nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just it. And it sucks that it's that way, but that's the world that we're living in right now.
Yeah, even the survivors, because he purposely kept people in there alive for them that was another thing that stood out to me is like the fact that he kept people alive on purpose and told them I want y'all to tell them exactly what happened.
This is
all that
a straight up terrorist, bro. Like that's.
I can't believe it's been 4 years.
Yeah.
Just thinking about it's so crazy because one of my homies, he texts me. He stay in Florida. He texts me that morning because I remember hearing about it when I got up that next morning because I had to go to work. And he texted me. He was like, "Yo, you straight?" And I was like, "Yeah." What you? He's like, "Man, it was a church shooting down there." And I was like, "What?" And then sure enough, when I got on Facebook, whole timeline lit up with that shit. Got to work. Everybody was talking about it. I was like, "Wow."
I don't even think I went to work. I've been sick, bro. I got up. I was reading my newspaper, which is the phone. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, what? Taiwanza? What? Like, nah, this ain't right. So then I got on social media, and it was just like, Wanza, rest in peace, Wanza, rest in peace, Wanza, rest in peace, Wanza. Like, shooting at the church. I'm like, all right, this shit is crazy. Like, I had to go lay back down, because I got lightheaded as fuck. Because I couldn't believe what the hell I was reading. But then I hit up my homegirl, Michelle, and which is Nico's little sister or whatnot. And that's, best friends with Wanza. And I was like, yo, what's going on? Like, she's hysterical or whatnot. So it was just like, all right, like, that shit sank in then that, this shit is real as hell.
Shit is real.
Yeah, like, this
shit is real.
And then that's like
real people with real relationships to these people are affected.
Yeah.
This,
Shit is crazy, man. This nigga, and they felt the need to stop to get this man Burger King. Like that right there is, we ain't shit in America.
That's what I'm saying. Like it just it sends a certain message, man. Like, you know what I'm saying. I think. I don't even think I know that this is done on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Because
it's always that ounce in them when a white person killed black people. They always had that ounce in them to think about. Their first resort is like some happened to him along his childhood, or they have that thing in them like they can't believe. Oh, they can't believe that they did this.
He was such a good person.
This nigga was showing signs of this shit all of his life. From how they unfolded,
even down to even when I don't like how they interview his black friend.
Oh, that was the worst.
Trying to give him some type of humanity.
It was the worst.
Like, that don't mean shit.
He let us down even accepting the interview, from one. But I don't expect nothing else from him. So
because they asked him, did he have any signs of being no, and he was like, fam, like, and that's not telling me nothing.
He wasn't checking his homeboy. If this was his homeboy, he was not checking him when he was saying fucking niggers and all this other stuff. Like,
I'm pretty sure that's not the first time you seen him in front of Confederate flags and all kind of shit. That's not the first time you seen that shit. It's not the first time. He didn't hide that.
I'm pretty sure everybody has a white homeboy who sometimes they might try to hint, like, say the word man, or like even in lyrics say nigga. I would say, yo, chill out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you still my dog, but you ain't gonna, like, it ain't flying around me like that.
I feel like it was deep. I feel like it was more behind Dylan in the situation in terms of, I just felt like he was just the one who did the dirty work.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like
it is, because he had multiple churches on this hit list.
Because the fact that he picked that specific one that day, knew who was going to be there that day, because they said the main target was R.I.P. to him, the preacher.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So he was the one that was like the main one that had to go. You see what I'm saying? So I don't want to get, was it McKinley, right?
No, Pinckney.
Pinckney.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was some. It was definitely some power behind that.
Yeah, man. That shit is, it's a touchy situation, man. Like, truly it is.
Even after that, I remember just speaking with black people about it. You know, I don't go to church or nothing like that, you know. So, you know, they even having the conversations with them after that, it was like, man, you know, they even had those thoughts in their head even before the shooting. Like, if they see somebody kind of off, like coming to the church, you're not normally being there, you know, they kind of like look to another dude, be like, hey, like, you know, kind of watch him and stuff like that. But being that the church setting is so welcoming, you see what I'm saying? Like, you couldn't really see it coming. And the fact that he decided to do it when they was at their most vulnerable, like when they praying, that's some sick shit.
This is a Wednesday afternoon.
That's what I'm saying.
Think about
he
what
knew
you
they
do.
was gonna have a Bible study that Wednesday.
You know what I'm saying? Think about what we do on a regular Wednesday, or what anybody does on a regular Wednesday. These guys actually took the time out of their day and was in church and educated themselves with the Bible. You get what I'm saying? There's no reason why we bow our heads and have to be worried about keeping one eye open now because a nigga might pull out a blicky. Like, that's the time that we're living in now. Mm-hmm. Like, that's what's really fucking crazy to me. Like you said, they're praying. They're in the middle of a prayer. He pulls out, like, this would be like your last prayer and last off rounds. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's a sick individual.
Yeah, very sick. And for him to sit throughout the whole Bible study.
Do it. Come on, man.
Yeah, sit through the whole Bible study and pick that specific time. It wasn't like he went in there and started ringing. It was when they was praying.
It's premeditated.
Yeah, definitely.
He needs the needle. He needs to be let loose in general pop, and then he needs the needle. I don't wish death on nobody, but that guy.
The needle too gentle. He need the firing squad.
Nah, for real.
His firing squad or the guillotine. Bring the guillotine back. That needle shit is too gentle for him. You know what I'm saying? He need to feel some pain.
We need that law-abiding citizen needle.
I was just about to bring that shit up, fam. Dog was executional with that shit.
One of my favorite movies, but Jamie Foxx.
That's a top 5 movie all time, fam.
Law-abiding citizen that's a dope.
The way he set that shit up with the lethal injection, that shit was crazy. Man, that shit was crazy.
That shit was wild.
And he said it was easy. Like, all I had to do was switch out the numbers, and that was it. Because when the shit went through him, and all you just saw is his body just, that shit was crazy. Yeah, that's an execution right there.
I'm just going to say Jamie Foxx fucked up that movie. Just going to throw it out there. Nigga, you was a lawyer. Why are you on every single scene? Why are you playing policeman? Why are you playing fireman? Why are you on every single scene? This lawyer is there. Like, come on, bro. That shit was wild, but that was one of top 5. I give you that fight. Yeah,
that was a great one. But R.I.P. to all the victims, and you know, prayers to the families who still struggle with that mentally.
To the families and close friends and everybody that was personally affected by that. Mm-hmm. You know, unfortunately, that's something that had to happen. But you know, the light that at the end of that tunnel is that they'll always live forever. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We'll never forget about them. So. Yeah, rest in peace to the Emmanuel 9.
1000%, man.
Yeah, man. So what we getting on next?
The XXL freshman list came out, man. How you feel about that?
I expected it. I didn't expect Gunner to be on there. I expected him to be on there probably last year or maybe the year before that. He seemed like he was an OG on the front of that damn cover.
Nah, I think last year would have probably been the year, but I mean, I don't see a problem with him being on it this year. This is like, you know, his take, like last year up to now, like he did do a lot.
I did expect Meg to be on there.
This list actually accurate as fuck.
Some of these people I never heard of though.
I've heard of everybody on this list. So and everybody is doing
Lil Mosey, and I heard of him.
Doing numbers in their respective lane. Rico Nasty. I was listening to her newest project with Rico Beats. That shit's hard. Comethazine, he's dope. The YK Osiris, he cool.
Blueface.
Blueface, of course. Tierra Wax, she's dope.
The baby.
She's a very dope artist. YB and Corday, he's a solid rapper. Roddy Ricch, he's been getting a little buzz. Well, not a little. He's had major buzz coming out the West, especially working with Nipsey. Of course, the baby, and then Meg. So this is a solid list, you know.
I thought you was rolling in your grave yesterday, man. With that,
I had a problem with this list.
Now I'm talking about Meg feet.
Oh man,
the toes. Well, I thought I had to hit you up.
Oh man.
You and Miz.
And my dog Chill. We was on it.
Chill been on consistent with her not dressing. I never really noticed that shit, bro. Like,
nah, she need
couple
a
of shoes she be doing. She be looking, but they say it's different because they dress you up for the shoot.
Dress you up at the shoot.
You see a problem with the way she dressed?
I mean,
I really don't notice it, man. She fine as fuck.
Well, nah, that's what I'm saying. Her sex appeal so strong.
You don't see it.
Dude,
that's what it is.
You don't see it until after the fact. But Shorty could definitely use a stylist. That's not a knock on her at all. She's still a beautiful woman. Like, and the sex appeal is
She
crazy.
say, "Fuck what y'all talking about." She said that yesterday.
Yeah, I
she
mean,
said that yesterday.
And that's cool. You know, that's just so how strong she is. Like, you know, she don't really give a fuck about us. At the end of the day, she repping for her hot girls. But you know, knowing and me saying this, you know, hot girls still know how to dress.
I didn't like those slippers she had on.
At the little carpet.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling.
I don't know.
Shit.
I mean, she was saying she was at rehearsals and shit like that. So you gotta take it for a grain of
Nigga
salt.
said she had the gout. I was dying.
Man,
but that's more Mo. Mo would
She
definitely
said-
be more disappointed with that shit.
She said she was dancing barefoot.
Barefoot.
at
That's what she said.
rehearsals.
I don't believe that shit.
I don't believe
Because
it.
the other feet is done up. So what happened to the? Just say that you got caught slipping, man. That's all. Hey, the other toes is all got the white polish on it and shit.
Yeah, that's not real hot girl shit. You know what I'm saying?
Ma got some LeBron feet right now, bro. Like these, she put a workout on the court right now, bro. Boy, this big toe, real black, boy. Boy, this is my first time seeing it.
But don't need that antibiotic pill in it.
Boy,
You would still fuck with Meg?
No, she cool, man. She cool people's like
You know, you quick to dub a chick off them toes.
that shit can be fixed. That's what I'm saying. It's not like her whole foot ugly. Just the nails, like, you know, they could have been done.
Honestly, bro, I still lay up next to that shit. I probably wouldn't pay that shit no attention.
Hey man, Boomerang taught me a lot when I first seen it as a
Niggas
as a
always
young
reference
scholar.
that movie, boy.
Yeah, man, that's just what it is. That's a life lesson. It's a life lesson, man. I didn't make the rules.
When that nigga pulled back them damn sheets and her toes was on point, he was sprung at that point.
When he pulled back that seat and them shit wasn't, what happened?
Got him out of there.
Got him out of there expeditiously.
Quickly. Shout out to Meg, though, man.
Man, shout out to Meg, man. Ain't nothing but love for
That shit
Meg,
was
man.
funny,
You know what I'm
though.
saying? That shit just was funny, man. And own up to that shit. Let's say you got, like how Mike said, let's say you got caught slipping, baby. It ain't that deep.
No, it's not.
It ain't
All
that
that you was
deep, man.
dancing
Yeah,
barefoot. Nah, that other foot was definitely on point
Hold on, so BT Awards come on tonight or tomorrow night?
tonight.
Tonight? Y'all watching?
Yeah, I'll watch.
What time come on? Like 8 o'clock or some shit like that?
8:30. Niggas need to stop slandering the BET Awards, man. I don't like that
I don't
shit.
slander BT Awards no matter
Nigga,
how.
that EBT shit is getting old. I'm tired of hearing
That's
that shit.
self-hate.
Like that shit, like dog.
That's self-hate and it's anti-black.
Yeah, we have an award show that highlight like our culture, bro. Like just embrace that shit, man. Y'all niggas don't do that shit with the Grammys. So that's all. I
and
got
also
to say.
Love and Hip Hop won an award on.
Oh, let's talk about that.
Boy, that shit
Let's talk
was
about
funny.
that because at the the MTV Movie Awards that it just had? Was it MTV Movie Awards or the MTV Awards?
I think just the MTV Awards.
Well, they had no, it was the Movie Awards.
It had to be movie.
It was the
MTV
popcorn.
be like
It
around
was the
September.
popcorn thing.
Yeah.
So they had the MTV Awards, and they had, I guess it was doing some new shit where they incorporate like TV shows into the shit now. So they had like best reality TV series, and Love and Hip Hop Atlanta won. So like the nominees were like a drag queen show. It was like all like
Jersey Shore.
Shores, and all like MTV shit. So when Love and Hip Hop won, it was Scrappy, it was
Spice.
Bambi, it was Spice, and it was Carly Red. They was the representation for them. So like when they won, like the camera zoomed in on them, they was like, oh shit, we won! Like we won this shit for real, because they was expecting to win this shit based off, we the only black show.
The demographics.
The demographics. So when it showed these niggas get up and start walking to the stage, and it started showing like the drag queens and the Jersey Shores, everybody was like hating, bruh. Looking salty.
That's what happens, man. That's what happens. That's what
But
they
y'all
do.
y'all need us to watch y'all fucking shows. But when we win, now it's a problem.
That's what I'm saying. They always trying to dictate some shit. They don't even want them at the movie awards.
No, that's how they was looking like,
Yeah,
especially
like,
the
why
drag
y'all
queens.
here?
No, especially the drag queens. So the RuPaul show, when they had all them drag queens up there looking like giving them boy the side eye, like I can't believe they won, like on some shit like that. I was like, oh, this is very telling on fucking MTV.
Nah, for real. It showed all the other shows, and people were like in the middle of like throwing their hands like, what the fuck?
Basically like that. They was on some.
Like, how the hell did they win? Like, everybody was at an all, and even Scrap was like,
Yeah,
y'all.
they fuck with us. They fuck with us when it's convenient, bro.
They fuck with us with a long spoon, man.
Yeah, that's
so
what
like
it is.
even when Scrap like Drew's about to say, when Scrap got there, he was like, man, I'm gonna keep it a while. I know we was gonna win. Like I was like, damn, maybe we too ratchet for this shit,
Yeah.
but we won. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then like I knew niggas was salty because the crowd wasn't even like giving them boy they roses,
Yeah.
man.
I think I did catch a glimpse of that video on the T. I'm gonna see if I can find that shit.
But who do I see tweeting about, giving everybody they love on these shows like Jersey Shores and the drag queen show and all that shit? It be black people.
Damn, no boy gave them the light clap.
Gave them the light clap, was giving them the side eye. The crowd wasn't even like giving them boy this they love and all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? But when it's time to watch these shows, it be us giving these shows they love too. But when we win, because I'm gonna watch Love and Hip Hop Atlanta before I watch any of that other bullshit, just because it's us. Even though they be on their bullshit, I'm gonna still watch it. You know what
I'm
saying?
definitely not watching.
I'm not watching
Jersey
no Jersey Shores or RuPaul's
Nah.
drag queen or The Hills. None of that bullshit. Like I don't relate to none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So if I gotta watch reality TV, I'm gonna watch that. I'm gonna watch Black Ink. I'm not watching none of that other bullshit. That don't apply to me. So for me to see that, I'm just like, oh, this is telling. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is very telling. Because I know a lot of black people that watch those shows equally. But y'all couldn't give us that same love when Mona Scott, a produced show, win. When she's technically the best reality TV, producer.
She getting off. She getting off with that reality.
When we talk
TV
about
shit.
we talking about reality TV. She's probably the best like producer of reality TV. Like as far as like maintaining her relevancy and consistency, you know what you're getting from a Mona Scott production. Whether you feel some type of way about it or not, you know what you're getting, and you know she's gonna get her viewers. So, in my opinion, I feel she was rightfully deserving of that of the award. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So. That shit was very telling, man. I meant to send you that shit too. I was watching shit like, damn, like, all right.
And I flipped it onto the TV just to see like what was going on. The Rock was up there actually. He won an award, and then it was like probably like I probably saw like 30 minutes of it afterwards. And
I think they gave the Rock like the Vanguard or some shit like that. Didn't they give him like the Career Award or some shit?
Yeah. In which his speech was fucking. It was facts. I mean, who would have thought a black and Hawaiian dude would, have the success that he has out here.
Now you're black now.
Hey.
Hey. No,
I'm
with it.
If he wants to throw that out there, hey, salute. Cause he was like, they said that I wasn't going to be able to make it. Damn, a black and Hawaiian kid in wrestling, they said he wasn't gonna make it.
How?
But
he had direct.
he had direct history line,
like,
yes,
in
but,
wrestling.
But I don't know. Maybe because of receding hairline. I don't know what it was, but they was really not fucking with him at the beginning.
No,
So,
but you know how they slid Rock in. He was in Nation of Domination first with the black group, and then as his Stark started to rise, it went from that to like he was like the player, like he was the complete opposite of Steve Austin. Like Steve Austin was like the dirty, like the junkyard dog. Rock was like the Johnny Cage.
Yeah, the
you know what I'm
flashy,
saying? Like
the flashy.
dude.
I got a $500.
Got the $500 Versace silk shirt. The gold lenses and the gold frames and shit. Like he was the complete opposite of the pickup truck driver of Steve Austin. I loved both of them.
Me
honestly.
too. It made it good for the sport.
Yeah, it was good for what wrestling was. But but you see like how as he got bigger, the disassociation with the culture, how that happened.
But also his most of his movies are premiered like China, Japan, and you know what I'm saying.
He's
like,
a global star.
He really
He's a global
is.
star. Like,
but that's where he's making the buku money at because those movies are like top tier movies. Like,
The Rock now was like what they wanted Hulk Hogan to be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that complete crossover like star, like everything he touched gold movie wise. And he can still come back to wrestling whenever he wants to.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what they wanted Hulk to be.
Yeah, but we definitely need to damn watch BET Awards. I'm gonna try to check.
I'm watching it tonight.
Yeah,
just because what we just talked about, I was like, dog, these white people really tried to flex on.
They did.
Tried to flex on them boys like that, bro. Like they show completely better than all y'all show. Like I'm gonna just keep it a buck.
And this is and they want to educate LBGT communities in schools. You see it, and they showed the camera on them
they
too.
Was the saltiest.
Yes,
they was the saltiest.
They were the ones that were upset the most. They really thought it was like the
bro.
Yeah,
and I was like, dog, this is flabbergasting.
Crazy.
They was the saltiest, Mike.
MTV Movie Awards. I'm not surprised.
But when you really think about it, who give these award shows like their biggest moments? Us. You know what I'm saying? So why, when it's time for BT Awards, it always got to be the underlying jokes. Like we make all these other award shows pop.
Yeah, because you think about through history, it was like when
it's always us.
Like when Michael Jackson kissed Madonna. You see what I'm saying? Kanye with Taylor Swift.
The Lil' Kim, like the booby situation,
Kim,
like like all of the shit. That's black people.
The only
shit,
moment they had was Eminem coming out with all those white people with white shirts and the jeans.
They don't even mention that like in the top moments though. But I do get what you're saying. Like
that's only that Dave had.
Yeah,
that's about it.
Because Eminem held back forever. He would not come to no award shows like at all.
Because he made his career dissing all of those pop stars.
He made a career off that.
That's what I'm saying. So that that shit just corny, man. How they try to do us, bro. Like I have a new fire. I support BT Holloway. With the award,
they just gotta be. They just gotta clean up. They clean up their network, man. Flush all that old shit out of there, man. Start getting some new shit in there. There's no reason why that like you got all these streaming services and like just coming up with original content and y'all can't do it. You see what I'm saying? Y'all need to come up with some shit.
It should be a BT like streaming service with original content.
Yeah, like just get that line rolling again. Get a countdown show back on there. Do something, dog. God damn, just do
countdown show is needed, bro. Like that shit is needed, bro. Like I feel bad for like the art, like this
do they
new
even do
generation,
the do they even do the top 100 at the end of the year anymore?
They do, but it's like condensed now. Like they don't even play the whole videos. It's like that used to be like an all day thing.
They used to be an all day thing on the 31st, bro.
Like
the
notarized shit,
all 100, and then like 5 minutes before,
they play number one, the number one song.
That used to be an all. Yeah, you right. That used to be an all day thing. I used to watch that shit.
It's condensed as fuck now.
That shit whack. So they play like 30 seconds of the video.
Like 30 seconds to a minute tops, bro.
That shit corny.
I mean, that was how 106 in Park has been forever. They start the song like halfway through and then
depending on what they had going on.
Yeah, depending on what they had going on. If they had a performance, like they gonna condense some of the videos, but it was still 106 in Park at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like
I remember when 106 in Park first came out, bro. Like that was 01. And like just the whole set, and like we ain't had no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? We had the basement and shit like that, but for them to actually be like
watch TRL after the basement went off.
You know what I'm saying? Like a live showing like that, like, yeah, that shit was legit. And it highlighted our people on that shit.
Yeah, starring Buck Wild also.
They ain't have like that platform though.
No, they did. I watched it though. It was funny as hell.
What
Didn't they have
what
an
channel
MTV
they was
show?
on?
Mm-hmm.
They did have an MTV show starring Buck Wild on MTV. They did. Yeah, you right. Damn, you are right. That was a minute ago because that's when MTV had they had that. They had that the Lyricist Lounge show, and they had the Snoop Dogg show. That Snoop Dogg show was hilarious back then.
Funny as hell.
That shit was hilarious, bro.
Yo, I know this might be a dumb question, but is Tigger really Patty's son?
Patty who?
Patty LaBelle.
I never heard of that before.
Remember, she was on there. I remember I used to hear like people say that's her son because she was on there like one of the last few episodes of that shit when it was like time for him to go. So I don't know if they just came up with a plot, a storyline about like his mama like kicking him out the basement or something like that. But she was on there. I remember that shit. Like towards the end of the run.
I don't even remember that, bro.
If you could YouTube that shit, you could YouTube it and see if she was on there.
I do remember like when that basement was over and they switched it, and then Jay Nix was hosting that shit. Jay Nix and the other nigga.
Yeah, I didn't even watch it at that point.
I mean, I watched it because they had some classic shit on there too. When Lil Wayne had the
Matter of fact, yeah, you right. I did watch that shit.
Yeah.
But when Tigger time was
the
up,
Tigger
that
time,
was like a
it was
thing.
a shift, man. Yeah,
It was like a shift. Like I do remember her being on that shit though.
yeah.
I do remember her being on that. But yeah, man. BT just gotta just hit the reset button.
You need to get some young blood in there, man, with some fresh ideas. It
Yeah,
ain't
man.
hard.
Get
It
us
ain't
in
hard,
there.
man.
Cut us a check.
Yeah, cut us the check though. The check
We
you
get
do
in.
you do need to cut the check though.
Yeah, definitely. Holla at us, BT. We'll definitely get some fresh ideas in there, man.
And it's easy. It's not hard.
Nah, just even with the College Hill shit, like you could do
That was
that.
that's when you if College Hill never went away and was still out now, like that would be dope. You know what I'm
Even
saying?
if you
Like,
want to have a reality show, you could do that. Cause I ain't really a fan of the love and hip hop shit. But like you do some, even with the college touring, they used to do that.
mm-hmm.
Like they didn't do that shit no more.
I remember going when I was at State and BT was at State for their little college tour. So that shit was lit. I was
Black
like,
college
damn,
tour,
they
yeah.
out here, bro. Like I ain't going on campus now today at least.
Yo, I really feel like HBCUs. I feel like they would get bigger boosts if like a certain number one athlete would go to the school. But I know why they wouldn't go to the school, because they don't have the look as far as like the foundation for them. I honestly feel like if you a number one recruit, I feel like you don't have to go to the number one school.
It don't matter what school you go to. They've been
because
they've been wanting
you going to benefit regardless.
Yeah.
Like
John
went to Murray State.
Imagine if Zion went to State, dog.
He'd still be the number one pick in the draft. Ja went to Murray State. Never heard of Murray State before Ja. Never heard of him. I don't think they even been in the tournament. I think that was their first tournament.
Has anyone
appearance.
come out of Murray State to go to the league?
Nah. Like I feel like if an athlete, if number one recruit, I think I might have said this on the podcast before, but if like a number one recruit, football or basketball, was to go to like an HBCU, it'd have changed the outlook on the school.
Cam brothers at Howard.
Cam
Newton.
Reddish?
No, Cam Newton.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, his
All right.
brother plays at Howard. They be killing it.
Kalen.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Cause I've seen him play at State. Brett's nice.
He nice?
He's nice.
He QB too?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Brett's nice. Quick on the feet. He's looking to pass first, but if it ain't there, he's out. Like he's that pocket collapsing, he's out.
Is he the better brother than Marcus Vick?
Well, Marcus was at VT, bro. Then this nigga went to the Dolphins for like 2 weeks, and that was it.
That's somebody they should never gave him any money. Like
Who, Marcus?
yeah, I think if he would have had a better career, way better.
They really expected him to be like Mike, though.
Mhm.
That's the thing. Like, first of all, he don't have the quickness like Mike,
Nah.
and he didn't have the arm strength like Mike,
Nah.
so he wasn't gonna be.
He would have been a completely different quarterback, and that's not a knock on him.
And that's what I'm saying, bro. You can't be expecting people to just like with Jordan's sons. They're not gonna be
Yeah.
Jordan. You see
They
what I'm
weren't
saying?
even
Like,
his. They weren't even his like type of build.
Nah,
you know what I'm
at
saying? They were
all.
like point guards, right?
Yeah, they was like
Yeah.
dogs.
they were water boys. That's what the fuck they were.
I ain't gonna play them, but wasn't the oldest one. Well, he was decent at Central Florida, right? He was decent. Now he ain't been a
The
scrub.
other one, I don't know what he.
Put it like this: you think you could beat that man in a 1-on-1?
With a good leg, yeah. Give me my leg back, yeah.
Drew, you got your leg back now. You right.
He
Now,
fucking
I don't
his
gotta
leg
walk
up.
on that motherfucker. You right.
But it always be like that, even with brothers. Like, don't be comparing them boys, man. Let him be him, because then you start expecting shit from them. They ain't gonna live up to that shit. Then you want to slander them,
Yeah,
man.
you want to hold that man out.
Yeah.
It ain't even. That's not fair, man. That's not. You right.
Speaking of Cam Newton, that video on that when he been on the airport trying to switch seats.
You would have took that 1,500.
Depending on where I'm sitting
you
at.
You need your leg room too now.
That's what I'm saying. I need my leg room too. If we depending on the way he was looking, I'm like,
your
bro.
man's no Cam, your man's. You need your leg room. He say, Mike.
Give me 25.
What if Cam like, bruh?
Let me get 25, fam. $2 grand. Two or 25. I need 25. Lowest I go $2,000. And then we can work something out.
So-
Because I need my leg room too. He ain't that much taller than me.
No, I'm about to say, y'all, it's not really a drop off. What, he
Nah.
like 6'4"?
Nah, I like 6'3". He's 6'5".
All right, so that's nothing but 2 inches. Y'all both need y'all leg room on a plane.
I need 25.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody, didn't you say why wasn't he on first class?
That's what I was saying. Maybe he was trying to rush back. I don't get it, or fly private. He ain't like he ain't got the money. Why is he not flying first class? Like,
Sometimes, like we don't know his plane.
he might have been rushing back.
Yeah,
I don't know.
he probably booked the shit last minute and was like, damn, like sometimes first class. That's it.
I have another theory behind that, but you know, if that was A-Rod at Big Ben, I feel like Dog would have given him up. You see what I'm saying? That's how I feel about this situation.
That factor's always in play.
Because that man offered you money too. You see what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't like
real talk.
I feel like he would have given him up even if it wasn't no money
Real
involved with
talk,
A-Rod at Big Ben.
I'm like, hey Cam, I'm gonna take the 15 and you got the seat, but can I get a ticket to the game this season, bro?
Dog been shitting though. I could tell he been mad about the shit. He been pissed. He was like,
bro, come on now.
Like, all right.
Are you really gonna
Can
play
you
me?
come sit on the show, my nigga? Like,
Let's come to the show.
Yeah.
Come to the show, man.
Can I get a little interview on the layover?
right. You could have sat next to. It's so many things you could have done to make more than what he was offering you, but he didn't want to take it.
Dog
man.
ain't want to give up the seat. My
Bro,
dog was shitting.
probably ain't fucking with that man campaign, man. He probably like, you know what? I don't fuck with the Panthers. Why are you in my face? I don't care about $1,500.
Well, he probably just don't fuck with niggas.
That too. Of course.
But I've never been like a dick on the airplane. Like if somebody be like, hey, can I sit next to my husband or wife or something like that?
Courtesy.
Yeah, like I'd be like, yeah, sure, I'll switch
We all
seats
on the
with you.
same
You know what I'm saying?
plane.
Like either way, I'm not gonna have no arm room. You know what I'm saying? Like either way, I'm gonna be.
If somebody want the window seat, I'm cool with
Yeah,
that.
I don't really care about the window seat. I was a hype beast for the window seat my very first flight. After that, I was like, all right.
It ain't what it cracked
I'm
up to
sleep
be.
anyways.
I'm asleep. And like, my mind be going all over the place. I gotta feel I'm gonna look on the window. I'm gonna look out the window and see Spider-Man on the wing or some shit like that. That's what'll blow my mind, bro. Like, what the fuck? Like, or Iron Man. It sounds crazy, but
That's a good edible.
that's a good ass edible. So it's like, I don't really care for the window seat. Nigga want the window seat, he got it.
Yeah, I'm cool on that. I do prefer aisle anyway, though. That's just me personally, so I can stick that.
Yeah,
Stick that leg.
That's where that leg room come in. That's that free leg room. Right
But
there.
yeah, if I'm taking a 10-hour flight, fam, like, come on, dog. Like, I expect Cam to be on a first class flight because you don't got to worry about leg room.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, that's just me personally.
What airport was this at?
He was over for Fashion Week over in France.
Oh yeah, he definitely wasn't getting that seat. Them people not giving that seat up to a nigga, bro.
Yeah.
That's a wrap.
His pocket's probably around the same as his. Like,
and
He probably ain't gonna let that. He probably
in
felt like,
fair
nah, like
assumption.
I got money too, like
Yeah, I don't
on
give
some
a
shit
fuck.
like that. I don't
and
care
you
about no
black, get out my
1500.
face, bro.
That's basically what he was on. That's why Cam was like,
All right.
all right.
But if I whooped your ass, it would have been different. If I took the seat forcefully, it would have been different. But all right, you got it.
I already know how his pose had. Look, he probably had his hands.
Yeah, he probably like, man, I should end this nigga. But you know what? You got it, bro. You got it.
Cause he be fresh on ESPN quickly.
If that still been Thug Cam, and he had took that swing, if that been Auburn's Cam or JUCO Cam,
oh shit.
Him probably would have went over different.
it would have went different. But Cam, that's good restraint on Cam. So out to-
You know them phones always
Because
always
I can understand why he mad, because dog probably about 5'4",
yeah, you
5'5". Like, bruh, like, what's up? And then you like blatantly, like, you just keep telling him, like, you ain't trying to give up. I can understand it. I can understand it. And I'm offering you bread, like.
I would have took that shit. 1,500, like that probably covered my tickets. I'm cool, like
I would sit on the floor for. I'm cool with that. I'm stretched, my nigga. Word.
I'm like, this the hole in the aisle.
Chilling. And 1,500 in my pocket.
Y'all wait when y'all about to bring that cart for refreshment.
Right. 1,500. Yeah. All right.
10 hours is a long flight too. You know what I'm saying? Just to be sitting like this the whole time, like.
Bro, I know Cam got off that plane and went to the nearest masseuse, bro.
Oh, you know, he straight. He got his old shit. So yeah, he straight. They make sure he gonna be straight when he get back. Train the staff on him quickly.
Are you okay? You okay, Cam?
Yeah, make
He
sure them
taking
legs.
on wine baths and shit, man.
Yeah, man. So let's get on Lena Waithe, man. She had the nerve to call out some figureheads within the acting
heavy
community.
hitters,
Yeah,
man.
some heavy hitters, man. Like,
She gets on her interview where I forgot where this interview was even with, but she decides to get on this interview, and in wake of her own, situation that she got going on the set of her own show, she wants to, divide attention to Will Smith and Denzel, stating that they could do more for black producers and black actors within the industry. This is on the heels of her being called out for her lack of urgency to resolve the sexual harassment situation that was going on on the Shy. When she didn't do anything to help this young woman
until after it got public.
Until it went public. That's when you want to fire Jason Mitchell. So now, classic throw the rock and hide your hands type shit.
Like, where were you when Chadwick Boseman gave Denzel praise for funding his acting?
Denzel literally
career.
the reason why he's an actor. You
Facts.
know what I'm saying?
All his acting classes, like, he covered that shit.
He covered that shit and never asked for no credit for that shit. He's produced several movies. I forgot.
He did Antoine Fisher.
Yeah, I read a list of several black movies that Denzel's silently produced, but never wanted the credit for it. Will Smith has
First of
produced
all,
several movies.
I don't know how you even gonna come at Will. How can you even dislike Will Smith? Like, you can't dislike Will Smith.
From
Like, he's out of all humans. Like, you can't dislike
from my
Will Smith,
understanding,
man.
Will Smith is like the black godfather to the black community.
Like, you can't dislike him.
Like everybody wanted to be adopted by Will Smith at one point.
Exactly.
So,
It's like, it's Will.
So it's Will Smith.
He's
my
a
nigga.
positive, like, he's always been a
He's
positive
always
person.
been.
He's
Always.
never, even if he had an opinion, he never had an opinion, you'd be like, no, like, he's just a all around good person,
He's
bro. Like, you can't dislike the nigga. You can't dislike him. Like, so for you to even say Will Smith's name is like, I know it's some bullshit.
But the bullshit is written in stone.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
that's-
written. Like, you got to clean up your backyard first. Don't try to Denzel. When I saw Denzel on there, I was like, have we
This
seen?
is a super reach.
And you've been misinformed too. You should have did your research before you open your mouth. But like you said, it's classic. Throw the rock out your hand.
trying to throw the hot potato. Like, oh, let me get this off my hands. You know what I'm saying? When you should have been helping that young lady when she notified several producers. And
Every time I think about that girl, I think about that picture they took on the carpet. How uncomfortable she looked.
it's written on her face, bro.
Yeah, bro. Pictures say 1,000 words, man.
1,000 words, and now knowing the
And his
context,
hand placement too.
Yeah,
like
his hand on her waist. Like it just says a lot knowing now that what was going on. It's like, damn, this girl was going through it.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? This girl's boyfriend had to come on set. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what she was on that day, but yeah, she got to get out the paint with that one.
She on some sucker shit, man. That's
But no, the thing is like she got to be held accountable too. Like, is for her to go out that far to try to find something to deflect was that's terrible. How you gonna try to reach on Denzel and Will Smith if you trying to deflect from what you got going on?
She was told to do that, in my opinion.
A woman at that on your set was getting sexually abused.
A woman now.
A black woman, and you know how we feel about protecting our black women.
Obviously, she don't. So like that's what I'm saying, man. Like I just felt like it was too convenient for her to bring these two black men up to try to like make it seem like they don't do enough for the acting community when they've already been solidified for doing their shit. You know what I'm saying? Just own up to your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I dropped the ball, and you would have got way more respect for that. But instead, you do this elementary shit and try to bring other people into the shit who have nothing to do with your situation.
Is the Shy even getting renewed?
I don't know, honestly.
What it come on?
Come on, Showtime.
Oh, they only had one season or 2 seasons so far.
This is the second season.
I just saw Netflix about to be bringing that Stranger Things back.
Yeah, come back in like 2 weeks.
Shit, I think next week. Next week, 3rd season. I didn't even get to finish watching the whole second season. That first season had got me hooked. I ain't even gonna lie, but I don't got Netflix no more. So,
how you gonna peep 3rd season?
I'll probably get somebody else's account and watch that shit.
Hey man, it's the American way, man.
Hey, I'm just being real. Like a lot of these streaming platforms, it's no need to stretch yourself out then across all these different platforms, these streaming platforms, especially when Disney about to come in the cut soon. So, what sense does that make?
Disney shit about to change a lot.
Yeah, that's definitely what I'm saying. You guys see that video on Twitter? I just came back across that shit of the NBA players balling at the open gym. And niggas talking about NBA players. Oh, the average NBA player drag people at the open gym. You know how a true statement that is?
Yeah.
Niggas be talking crazy about certain NBA players. Like
those G League players will drag random niggas at the gym.
Facts. Like niggas when Isaiah Thomas would drag anybody.
That's go without saying. Ain't dragging anybody. At 5'11".
Like that man's playing amongst elites and getting busy.
And you gotta think his strength and conditioning is just different too. Like he got
you can't run with him. You can't run with it.
You might think because he little you can be able to post him, but your strength is different from his strength.
An NBA player's stamina is
that's what I'm saying.
Different.
Like you're gonna be gassed.
Yeah, big time. But it be niggas be talking, oh, he trash. Like, dog, no, he's not trash,
really
bro.
Not trash. He trash to these niggas.
Yeah, on the NBA level.
He's not even trash. He's just not as good as them.
Yeah.
But he'll cut your ass.
Because he did something good to get to the NBA level, bro.
Good. Like, he's NBA talent, but he'll definitely dust your ass. Like, let's not be ignorant here now. Like, you're not beating an NBA talent athlete, bro. That's just the worst thing in the NBA will give you 50. Mm-hmm. Easy.
Big time.
That man will walk in Danny Jones right now and hang 50 on everybody.
Man, listen, it would even be that should be a massacre, man. Like
he'll get in his bag quick.
And niggas be talking real crazy, like, dog, y'all not beating these dudes, dog. Imagine Jeremy Lin at Danny Jones.
Cut niggas ass.
Jeremy definitely dropping about 45 with a smooth 15 assist.
It's gonna be Linsanity in that motherfucker. It's
definitely gonna be Linsanity in that motherfucker.
Facts though, like that's just facts. Like, come on, man.
Who else got some new music coming out, man? Anticipating. It's been a light year for music, man. Ain't really been too much music coming out.
Let me see. I just downloaded some shit. I see YFN and Lucci just dropped something.
I ain't never really listened to YFN.
Pierre Bourne just dropped a new album. I gotta listen to that. Other than that, I haven't really been peeping nothing else, man.
Just need that Port of Miami too, man.
Yeah, I need that Port of Miami too, man. And cut the goofy shit, man. That's all I got to say. Let's cut the goofy shit. So, what else, man? We good?
Yeah, man. That's about it.
Drew, you good, bro?
Yes, sir. Time for brunch.
Yes, sir.
Lit. Where you going at?
I don't know yet. But we going somewhere.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. So, without a doubt, every week that we say, hold on, man, we got any shout outs?
Just shout out to everybody who tuned in, subscribing, always. SoundCloud listeners, iTunes listeners, YouTube
viewers.
viewership.
Yes, get those.
Yeah, man.
Holla at us, man.
Shout out
we
to
everywhere.
y'all, man.
So, like I said, what I was about to say, like we do every week on here, man. If you hear anything on this show that gets you in your feelings some type of way, always remember,
We're just some messengers.
we out.